again after you fall.
I know that only so well when I took a header this morning on the ice.
Short commute across from the parking lot to a Schwabenon bowling alley. And qualifying took place right here, 15 games for the field. Winners bracket championship match to determine the top 2 seeds.
A.J. Johnson taking on the defending champion, Jason Belmonte. A.J. decided to go much straighter, and it was a great strategy as the lanes proved to be pretty tough trying to open them up. Belmonte needed a strike or 9 spare strike to capture the number 1 seed. He gets 7. There's your qualifying leader.
Final 3 seeds coming in a 4-for-3 elimination match.
Devady just kind of cruised through this 4-player roll-off. Pete Weber, on the other hand, well, he made it real exciting.
Determine our seeding for tomorrow's telecast.
Martin Larsen, very steady, playing that extreme deep inside angle, looking to rebound after a tough loss in the Scorpion Championship, but this was heartbreaking.
Francois Lavoie, 7-10 in the 10th, the odd man out. Qualifying and match play highlights courtesy of Extra Frame, the online bowling channel. 5 straight live days of action. More coming next week from Indy at the Tournament of Champions. Opening match rolls on. Pete Weber with a strike up. Martin Larsen, also a strike up, can even things up here in the 6th.
Nice shot there. That time the ball actually read. Remember the last time on that lane he went light, and this time he got a mitt full when he let go of it. See that hand open, and then it gets back underneath it at the bottom of the swing. Great rotation, great roll there, and a nice result.
Randy Martin saying sometimes bowling is not logical, but I try to see the lane logically.
Yeah, he just tries to keep a nice clear picture in terms of what the oil pattern is giving him and what it's dictating to him, and that's how he decides to play the lanes and what equipment to use.
Finished 11th in the 09 World Championship. Light hit, another bucket combination, this time double wood.
And that was a very similar look to what he did in the 4th frame when he left the 2-pin on the right lane. Again, the ball laboring because he either gets it wide of target or misses it at the bottom. And he knew it as soon as he let go of it. Not a whole lot of margin for error on this spare conversion with a urethane bowling ball.
Good cover for Martin Larsen, looking for his first PBA title, and a major at that.
Pete stepping up here in the 7th frame, working on a strike and increased the lead to 12. Remember the last time on the right lane for Weber, he too went light. Let's see what kind of adjustment Pete makes. You know, the one thing that we've noticed with Pete in the past is he has a tendency at times to get soft with his speed. When you have that much axis rotation and you get too soft, the ball breaks loose and it could be a disastrous split.
Weber's strike working. And a reset.
Something distracted him. It wasn't me, I wasn't talking.
Around the 10.
Really? Oh, good shot.
God, that was a good shot. That was a really good shot.
He really wanted it to. You could tell by his body language again. And Pete wears his emotions on his sleeves, and I think that's why we all love to watch him. But a really good shot, and the 6 goes right around the 10.
Pete covers a spare. Weber +2 heading into the 8th, 9th, and 10th frames. Pete bowling a total
shots I've thrown
of 39 games in this event, 15 during the 3 days of qualifying, 6 Friday in match play, Randy, and 18 yesterday to advance to the number 4 seed.
And did we mention he's 52 years old?
Trying to run the ladder and win his very first Masters, this title also escaped the clutches of his father, the great Dick Weber, 8th frame. 10 of the flat variety.
Ball's just laboring just enough. When it gets down to the break point, Pete looking for that ball to break a little bit sharper into the pocket. And again, his speed is very critical. A little firm, and it finishes behind the head pin and leaves that 10 pin. I think the one thing that we always fail to talk about, too, is Pete Weber's one of the best spare shooters on tour.
Two pretty good shots.
Well, Martin Larsen now has an opening. He can actually strike out and shut out Pete. Take it off the sheet right now for 257. Pete Weber's maxed out at 248, so it's in the hands of Martin Larsen now.
8th frame. 7-10 split.
Well, we saw it in the four-player shootout last night from Francois. Here it is, the same kind of hit from the same part of the lane, and that is, in my opinion, the worst break in bowling. And I say that for a number of reasons. One, it's a good shot, it hits the pocket, but two, you're left with an open frame. I mean, I've made the 7-10 split only 7 times in my life, so, and it's only been converted 3 times on television. And it couldn't have come at a worse time for Martin Larsen.
Foundation frame. Larsen trails by 14. He can still shoot 234.
But he can't shut out Pete now.
Flush hit for Larsen. The magic number for Pete is now 235.
Sorry, Mike. This Martin Larsen's a good player, and he's working on becoming a great player. And part of becoming a great player in the maturation process is overcoming adversity and beating Hall of Famers. And he's got one standing in front of him right here.
Weber trying to advance along the stepladder. Mike Devaney is next. Weber plus 14, foundation frame. Another 10 pin.
Looks like the oil's pushed down the lane just far enough to make Pete Weber's bowling ball a little soft into the pocket. Last 3 shots have been really good, especially on this right lane. And all Pete Weber has to show for it is 3 10 pins in a row.
Uh-oh.
He got it. Spare for Weber.
If Pete were to get by this match, I could almost guarantee you a ball change to start the second match.
Re-rack, please.
He'll definitely throw one on his fill shot in the 10th frame, but he needs 2 strikes and 8 pins to shut out Martin Larsen. May not have an opportunity to test a new ball in this game, but you might see it the next game.
Fresh set of pins for Weber. His first title came back in 1982. His last title was the Tournament of Champions in 2013. Weber with a fresh set of pins. 10th frame, 235 is the magic number to advance. Light hit, carries it.
Well, he figured out how to strike, and that's to just go a little bit lighter and got the ball into the swish zone. And of course, when you have this much rotation, you're going to create some good pin carry when you go light, and it's exactly what happened right there.
Striking 8 pins will shut out Martin Larsen, and Weber would advance 10th frame. Saw quite a bit of that yesterday during match play as Pete closed out match after match.
Well, he really wrapped his wrist around this one at the bottom of the swing, and he made that ball turn the corner, and it went high flush. He needs 8 pins, and he will move on.
for Weber to advance to face Mike Devaney. Wayne Larrabee calls Packer games here in town with that call quite a bit. Another good, strong tournament for Martin Larsen. This man will win on the PBA Tour.
Well, there's no question in my mind. He's won all over the world, just not here.
Pete Weber advances along the stepladder and will return in our next match at the Masters.